everybody, it's Kay. Hope you are doing well. So today I want to give you my August wrap up. And I didn't read a lot of books in August. I wasn't feeling so great, but I did make it through 5 books. So I'm proud of myself for that. 3 of the books I have here physically, the other 2 I don't, but I will share all 5 with you right now. So the first one is this book, Before I Let Go, by Kennedy Ryan. This one was a women's fiction book. It is a romantic book. And I'll be honest with you, when I first started reading the book, it was going so slowly for me. I didn't think I was going to make it through, to be honest with you. But all my friends who read the book said, no, keep going, keep pushing through. You'll really love the book. And in the end, I really did. This isn't the kind of book that you can rush through. This is the kind of book that you sit in and you have to feel all the emotions and really get to know the characters, embed yourself into their lives. You empathize with them, you sympathize with them and their plight and what they've gone through. And you root for these characters, even when you're angry at them or confused by them. You want a good, satisfactory ending for these people. I like that it is one of those slow books. I'm so used to the thrillers, honey. Let's get to the point, you know. I like action and something fast moving, but this book makes you take time. And I'm glad that I took the time because I really did enjoy the story of Josiah and Yasmin, a couple who loves each other very much, but they are divorced and they're trying to co-parent and they're trying to figure out what are they going to do even with each other, because they have to see each other all of the time because of the kids and because they have a business together. And you want to know, how is their story going to end? And I just think that Kennedy Ryan does a really good job in telling us their story. Now, I had nominated this book to my book club, and when we had our meeting, listen, the women in the club, they loved the book. We had a really good discussion. It got deep and it got loud, and we really examined all the kind of thoughts about relationships and marriage and love and divorce and some of the other things that the couple went through. So I am so glad that I read this book because I really, really did enjoy it. Speaking of a thriller, something fast-paced and exciting, What You Leave Behind by Wanda M. Morris. This is my kind of book because I like to play amateur sleuth, okay, and figure out who did it. And this book had me on pins and needles because I was trying to solve the mystery along with Dina, who is the main character in the book. And she stumbles upon a mystery just because she's out trying to get a breath of fresh air and, you know, ends up entangled in a mess, right? A mess that even puts her own life in danger. It was a thrill ride for me, and I did a video on this book in my antics and reading the book and messing with the author about it. So I think that you will really enjoy this book. It's a quick read, very good. This next book is The Housemate is Watching by Frida McFadden. Now listen, I know everybody don't like Frida McFadden, and that's perfectly okay. If you don't like Frida, that's fine. You don't have to. And the good news is there's so many books out there in the world you could read. You don't have to worry about reading any of her books, right? Okay, so let's refrain from every time somebody says they like a Frida book, commenting under and saying how much you don't like her. We don't have to do all that. That happens to me a lot. You don't have to do all that. I like her books. Now, to be honest with you, I loved The Housemaid. I liked The Housemaid's Secret. This one was just okay for me. And that's because I kind of knew where the book was going in the twist at the end, and I was hoping it wasn't going to go there, but it went there. And I was kind of disappointed that it went there because I was hoping it was going to be something different, but it wasn't. Anyway, the book was okay. I'm still going to read Frida. I really enjoy her books. So the next book is Double Lives by Mary Monroe. And honey, I loved every nonsensical minute of this book, okay? So let me break this down for you. This book, Double Lives, is part of her Lexington, Kentucky series. A lot of people think it's the Mrs. Wiggins series. It's not. The series is based on the location and not Mrs. Wiggins herself. So the first book is Mrs. Wiggins. The second one is Empty Vows. The third one is Love, Honor, Betray. The fourth one is Double Lives. And the fifth one is coming out next year. So this story is about twins. And they are a mess. I can't think of their names right now. But honey, these girls, their antics, their craziness, their foolishness, their trouble, all the stuff that they do, oh my goodness. And they love to switch identities. And that gets them into, let's just say, a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And I want to say something, but I can't say it because it would be a spoiler. But honey, if you like foolishness, check out Double Lives. And then finally, we have Low Country Love by Rhonda McKnight. This book was, I don't know if you call it a novella or short story. It's like a novella. It's 50 pages, I think. And Rhonda McKnight brings together her characters from The Thing About Home and Bitter and Sweet. So the characters that we love from both books come together for a very special occasion. And I really just love the story. I thought it was so cute. I read it all within an hour because, you know, it's only like 50 pages. And I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, Low Country Love, Rhonda McKnight. And those were my 5 reads for the month of August. That was it. So for September, I don't know what exactly I might be reading. I started this book right here, Jonah's Gourdvine by Zora Neale Hurston. And I don't know if I'm going to read it throughout September. I may, because there's an online book club that is reading the book, and I may participate. I don't know. As a mood reader, I don't know. I could read 20 pages of this book and then skip to something else. You never know. I do know that I am reading The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I'm actually listening to it on audio. That is my book club selection for September. We'll be discussing it Sunday. I just started it yesterday, so I better get on it, right? But it's pretty good so far. It's a thriller, and so that makes my heart happy. Other than that, I don't know what I'm going to get into in September, but I'll be back at the end of September or maybe in October to do my September wrap up. So until next time, everybody, keep reading. Love y'all. Bye-bye.